Good morning, YouTube. So this is I've made two previous videos, and so this is 1986 Honda Shadow VT1100 revamp part 3. Okay, so the bike is steadily going through, modification changes. And, I just want to make it unique. It's such a good frame to build off of. This bike particularly sat for a long time without being ridden. And it's only got 11,900 and change. Let's see here. Yeah, 11,970 on it. So I was actually able to get a new dash for it, the lens. A company out of Russia, they make them. You can find them on eBay, brand new, just like factory. So yeah, I've gone with some aftermarket mirrors. They're really nice. I do like them a lot. Improve the field of vision quite a bit. But I went through some changes on the bike. One thing I've done is, the plate here for the gauges, it was that brushed aluminum, and when the sun hit just right, it would just blind you. I mean, you'd get sunburn on your face. So what I did is, down at the local auto parts store, they had this carbon fiber tape adhesive, it just sticks on. And so I covered that plate, warmed it up with a hair dryer, the tape and everything, and just kind of stretched it over and laid it down, and it looks real nice. It gives that carbon fiber appearance. And of course the rings were simple. I just took an X-Acto knife and just went around the tape hole, and it just peeled right out of there, and just looked really great. Not getting that bad reflection anymore. Been doing some stuff to it, just trying to customize it a little bit, and want to make it, my own, per my own taste, but let's see. So I've painted the forks, with this ceramic hard paint that you get from, I forget the name of the place, but you can find it. In fact, I got a picture of the can. In fact, I ordered 2 cans, but this stuff is great. Here it is. So it's the PJ1 Fast Black, the epoxy paint, but it's porcelain hard, and believe me, it is. Bugs just seem to just bounce right off of it. And your small rock chip, rocks bounce right off of it too. I mean, I haven't had any, or I'll let you know as far as rock chips go and stuff. But it's pretty durable stuff. The reason I say it, I haven't had anything chipped because, I just spray painted this helmet like a year ago, and there's been bugs and rocks and stuff hit it, and nothing's really done anything to it. So this stuff is really tough. So back to the bike. I'm just kind of doing some my own stuff to it. One thing you guys are going to really like is I did a back wheel mod, and bam. Okay, so this wheel is off of a 87 Honda Super Magna 750, and believe it or not, gentlemen, it bolts right on. The only thing I had to modify was the wheel spacer right here from the Shadow. I had to take it down about 1/8 of an inch. You know, just grind it down and clean it up. Other than that, it bolted right on. I've went to a larger tire. I went from the 140 90/15 to a 170 80/15, and it certainly added some girth to that bike. Definitely got some serious tire width on there now, and like I say, everything just works fantastic on it. I've actually ridden it, and at pretty high speed too, and it did just fine. I mean, just fine. So you can find these wheels, they're around, you can find them on eBay. This one here, I was guaranteed straight. I used the, let's see, yeah, I used the Shadow's axle, the Shadow's spacer, the Shadow's brake assembly with the Super Magnus wheel, and it all came together just fine, other than some slight modification on that spacer. So you guys might want to think about that. It's a really, really cool mod. It just looks so much meaner, you know, with that thing on there. And as far as that tire, you do have clearance for that tire. I've still got at least 1/4 of an inch between that and the dry shaft itself. I don't know if you guys can see that. Try to get in there. Yeah, so, you know, the clearance, you still got it. And of course, plenty of clearance over here on the other side. So, it's coming along. I'm gonna do some other mods to it. I'm actually thinking about just pulling the pipes, because I really like the way the pipes look. I really like the way the pipes sound. They don't make these pipes anymore. You can hardly even find them. So there's a little bit of road rash and stuff on the chrome and stuff, but I was talking with a local guy here. I'm in Mississippi now, who has a machine shop, but he also has a powder coat shop, and he told me that he did the pipes on his bike in a matte black that's good up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit, and guaranteed not to peel or anything. And so I'm actually thinking about taking the pipes to him, because the chrome it's fair, but like I say, it's got some road rash and stuff, and I've got some rust, surface rust starting to set in, and you know, I thought about doing the, you know, the aluminum foil trick and stuff, but I don't know. I'm kind of, like I say, wanting to customize this bike, and for the most part keep it stock, but somewhat customized too. Another thing that I got off of eBay is so a chin spoiler. So these bikes, you know, always seem to be missing something in my eye. you know, below the radiator, it just had like this gap, you know, just like dropped off like a cliff, and it, to me, it just looked a little like it was missing something. And I like the way this looks, you know, it looks really cool. But this chin spoiler is also off of a 750 Super Magna with some modification. I had to, you know, basically cut about 2¼ inches out of the center of the spoiler and then fabricate it back together with some screws and bracket. But it's real pretty clean looking, and of course just clamp it to the frame, you know, out behind the pipe. And I just used the existing radiator bottom screws, the little 8mm, is how I connected the top of it. Now what I did do is the plastic that I cut out, I set that on fire and I put some masking tape on the back side of the hole, and I melted that, let that plastic drip into that hole, and it filled it up just great. And I sanded it down and you can't even tell the hole was even there. And then I relocated the hole for the 8mm, you know, a little forward, and it sucked that chin spoiler right in and made it very like presentable. Now it's a little, you know, rough right now, but I'm gonna do the edge that I had to trim on the front around the radiator there. I'm gonna finish that off with just, you know, that door edge molding that you see at like the auto parts stores. I'm just gonna trim that off with that and give it that nice clean look when that's done. But like I say, it's coming along very nicely, and got a few more tricks up my sleeve, and just want to get a lot of things done before actually, you know, tear the body off of it and send it out to paint. Like I say, it's a beautiful bike, and you guys have been paying attention to it, so I'll keep you up to date on everything, and I'll just kind of go from there, you know. Oh, one other thing. So these tires, these are a Shinko Tourmaster 230s, and these are some really nice tires. Only one thing. So when I got the tires back from being mounted, I noticed that the direction of the tread pattern was going opposite. And I was like, now wait a minute. It's supposed to deflect water in and away from the bike. Well, the back one is correct. The front one was doing just the opposite. So I did some reading, and apparently from the manufacturer, Shinko, somebody was having an off day. As you can see, this is actually the direction of travel per the tread, per design, to take water in and squirt it away. Okay, you see that? The rotation symbol is backwards on these tires. Now, I've also read that they have since corrected it, but it's a manufacturer's defect, but there's nothing defective with the tire, if that makes any sense. It was just a mistake where they put the plate for the molding in there backwards. They basically got them opposite. And quality control didn't quite catch it, and there you go. Another thing I've done with the Shadow wheel is I took from AutoZone or some auto parts place, and the aircraft aluminum stripper. So you know these Shadow wheels, they're black, okay? They're black, you know, here in the webbing. And I didn't like that because I wanted that all aluminum look to go with the rear dish that I installed. So I put that stripper on there, and it took about 4, 5, 8 coats of it to get it all off. But that's some pretty durable paint that Honda put on there. But it all came off, and I think just makes the wheel look that much better. And so I've already taken a little spot of Mother's aluminum bright to a little spot right there on the bottom, and you can see how much it cleaned that wheel up, and that took about 3 minutes to do that. But that's the plan with the whole wheel. Clean it all up and get it all back on there. But I got to take this wheel down to the Honda shop again this morning and have them flip this tire. Hopefully they won't give me any grief over it when I show them the information that I found online. But like I say, it's a work in progress. I'll keep you guys up to date, informed, and well, this concludes episode 3 of the 1986 Honda Shadow VT1100 revamp. All right, thanks.